Confidence isn't a gift you're born with. It's a skill you build. Look at the most confident people you admire. Maybe they walk into a room and command attention. Maybe they speak with certainty, take bold actions, and never hesitate in the face of challenges. But here's the truth. They weren't always like that. Confidence is not a magical trait reserved for a select few. It's something that anyone can develop with the right mindset, habits, and actions. Most people believe they need to feel confident before taking action. They think, once I'm ready, I'll go for it. But confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable. Confidence is not built by avoiding fear, but by facing it head on. Unfortunately, many struggle with self-doubt, hesitation, and fear of failure. They wait for confidence to magically appear before chasing their dreams. But here's the secret. You don't wait for confidence, you build it. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to develop unshakable confidence, step by step. Whether you feel stuck, uncertain, or just want to level up in life, this guide will give you the tools to transform into the most confident version of yourself. Stay with me for the next few minutes as I break down the principles, strategies, and mindset shifts that will help you unlock the confidence you've always wanted. By the end of this journey, you'll not only believe in yourself, you'll know that nothing can stop you. Let's dive in. Number 1, the confidence myth. Why you don't need to feel ready. One of the biggest myths about confidence is that you need to feel ready before taking action. Many people assume that confident individuals were simply born fearless, naturally outgoing, or immune to self-doubt. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build through action. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to feel completely prepared, you'll be waiting forever. The reality is that confidence comes after you take action, not before. Think about any skill you've ever learned, whether it was riding a bike, driving a car, or speaking in public. The first time was probably uncomfortable, even scary. Your hands might have trembled on the steering wheel, your legs might have wobbled on the pedals, or your voice might have cracked when you spoke. But over time, with practice, you became better. You became more skilled, more capable, and eventually more confident. That's because confidence is the result of repeated exposure, experience, and small wins, not something that magically appears beforehand. This is where most people go wrong. They believe they need confidence first before they can take action. They say, I'll start the business when I feel ready, I'll speak up in meetings once I'm more confident, or I'll go after my goals when I believe in myself. But the truth is, confidence doesn't come by sitting on the sidelines. It comes by stepping into discomfort and proving to yourself that you can handle it. Every time you take action despite fear, you send a message to your brain. I am capable. I can do this. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to start. The science behind confidence supports this. Psychologists refer to it as the confidence-competence loop. The idea that action leads to competence, which then leads to confidence. The more you do something, the better you become, and the better you become, the more confident you feel. This means that even if you feel nervous, awkward, or unsure, the key is to take action anyway. Small, repeated actions in the direction of your goals will eventually eliminate fear and build confidence naturally. So how do you break free from the trap of waiting for confidence? The answer is simple. Act before you feel ready. Take one small step toward your goal today. If you're afraid of public speaking, start by speaking in front of a mirror. If you're hesitant to start a business, take the first step, whether it's researching, building a website, or creating a product. If you're struggling with social confidence, start by making small talk with a stranger. The goal is not perfection, it's progress. The mistake most people make is assuming that confident people don't feel fear. But the difference between confident people and those who struggle with self-doubt is that confident people take action despite fear. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They step forward, make mistakes, learn, and grow. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop telling yourself you're not ready. Because the truth is, you become ready by starting. Confidence is built through doing, not thinking, not waiting, and not hoping. The time to begin is now. Number 2, rewiring your mind for confidence. The way you talk to yourself determines the way you see yourself. Confidence isn't just about what you do. It's about what you believe about yourself. And those beliefs are shaped by your self-talk, the constant internal dialogue running in your mind. Unfortunately, most people sabotage their confidence without realizing it. They repeat thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," "I'll never be confident," or "I always mess things up." These words, even if spoken silently, shape their identity and reinforce the idea that they are incapable. If you want to build unstoppable confidence, you must take control of your inner voice and rewire it for success. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant will grow. If you constantly feed it doubt, insecurity, and negativity, those thoughts will take root and shape your reality. But if you plant empowering beliefs, encouragement, and self-love, your mind will naturally develop confidence. The good news is that your thoughts are not set in stone. You have the power to change them, to rewrite the narrative, and to train your mind to work for you rather than against you. The first step is becoming aware of your self-talk. Start paying attention to the words you say to yourself, especially in moments of doubt or failure. When you make a mistake, do you tell yourself, "I'm so stupid," or do you say, "I'm learning and growing"? When you hesitate to take action, do you think, "I can't do this," or do you tell yourself, "I can figure this out"? One of the biggest confidence killers is negative labeling, assigning yourself a fixed identity based on past experiences. If you say, "I'm just a shy person," or "I'm not a leader," you are reinforcing that identity and making it harder to change. But here's the truth. Confidence is not a fixed personality trait. It's a learned behavior, and that means you can change it. Instead of saying, "I'm not confident," say, "I am becoming more confident every day." Instead of saying, "I always fail," say, "Every failure is making me stronger." The words you speak shape your reality, so choose them wisely. Another powerful way to rewire your self-talk is through affirmations, positive statements that reinforce your confidence. Science shows that repeating affirmations can actually rewire neural pathways in your brain, strengthening positive beliefs. However, affirmations only work when they are believable. If you struggle with confidence, saying, "I am the most confident person in the world," might feel fake, and your brain will reject it. Instead, start with statements that bridge the gap between doubt and belief. Say, "I am learning to be more confident. I am becoming stronger every day. I handle challenges with courage." The more you repeat these thoughts, the more they become part of your identity. Your body language also plays a crucial role in shaping your self-talk. Studies show that posture affects confidence. Standing tall, maintaining eye contact, and using open body language can actually change the way you feel about yourself. This is known as the power pose effect, where adopting strong postures sends a signal to your brain that you are powerful and capable. If you want to shift your self-talk, start by shifting your physical state. When you stand tall, breathe deeply, and move with purpose, your mind follows. Another technique to rewire self-talk is called pattern interruption. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, stop it immediately. Say, "No, that's not true," or replace it with a positive alternative. If you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," immediately counter it with, "I am growing and improving every day." This simple act of catching and replacing negative thoughts can drastically transform your mindset over time. Finally, surround yourself with voices that reinforce confidence. If you constantly listen to negative people who doubt you or consume content that promotes fear and insecurity, it will affect your inner dialogue. But if you listen to motivational speakers, read empowering books, and surround yourself with confident people, their energy will start to influence you. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the words you repeat, all of these factors shape your self-talk. Confidence starts in the mind. If you want to change how you see yourself, you must change how you talk to yourself. Speak to yourself like you would speak to a friend, encouraging, uplifting, and supportive. Remember, your mind believes what you tell it most often. So start feeding it belief, strength, and certainty. Because once you master self-talk, you unlock the true foundation of unshakable confidence. Number 3, the power of small wins. Confidence isn't built in a single moment. It's built through consistent progress over time. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that confidence comes from huge, life-changing achievements. They think they need to accomplish something massive, like giving a TED Talk, launching a successful business, or completely transforming their physique before they can feel truly confident. But the truth is, confidence is not a destination. It's a habit. And the most effective way to build it is through small wins that create momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. When you start achieving small wins, no matter how minor they seem, they create a positive feedback loop. You begin to see yourself differently. Each success, no matter how small, reinforces the belief that you are capable, that you are making progress, and that you can accomplish more. This is why small wins are so important. They give you evidence that you're improving, and that evidence builds confidence naturally. Consider this. If you wake up every day and tell yourself, I need to be more confident, but take no action, nothing changes. But if you decide, today, I'll do one thing that pushes me forward, whether it's making your bed, going for a run, or speaking up in a conversation, suddenly, you have proof that you're making progress. That one small action may not seem like much in the moment, but over time, it compounds. The more you collect small wins, the more confident you become. The reason most people struggle with confidence is that they set goals that are too big, too vague, or too overwhelming. They aim for massive changes, but when they don't see immediate results, they get discouraged. Instead of focusing on giant leaps, focus on small, daily improvements. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, explains this concept with the 1% rule. If you improve by just 1% every day, the results compound, and over time you achieve extraordinary growth. This same principle applies to confidence. If you do one thing every day that stretches your comfort zone, over weeks and months, you will develop unshakable self-belief. One of the best ways to apply this concept is through the small wins strategy. Start by making a confidence list. A list of small actions that push you outside your comfort zone, but are manageable. These can include things like making eye contact when speaking, smiling at a stranger, asking a question in a meeting, posting something online, or even just standing taller when you walk. Each time you complete one of these actions, celebrate it. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, because that's what builds momentum. The key is tracking your wins. Studies show that people who write down their progress are more likely to stay motivated. Create a simple system. Whether it's a journal, a checklist, or even just a mental note, to keep track of every small victory. When you look back at all the little things you've accomplished, you'll realize that confidence isn't something you lack. It's something you've been building all along. Another important factor in building confidence through small wins is avoiding the trap of comparison. Too many people destroy their confidence by comparing their beginning to someone else's middle. They see confident speakers, successful entrepreneurs, or fit athletes, and think, I could never be like that. But what they don't see are the years of small wins that built those people into who they are today. Every expert was once a beginner. Every confident person started with small, uncomfortable steps. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. If you are growing, even slightly, you are winning. A great way to accelerate this process is to embrace micro-challenges. These are tiny challenges you can set for yourself each day that stretch your limits just a little. If you struggle with speaking up, challenge yourself to contribute one sentence in a conversation. If you fear rejection, challenge yourself to ask for something small, even if the answer is no. If you're nervous about trying something new, challenge yourself to try it for 5 minutes. These micro-challenges help you reprogram your brain to see discomfort as normal, and eventually, as something exciting. The secret to confidence isn't waiting for a magical transformation. It's collecting small wins until your brain believes in you. Every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. Confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about knowing that even when you feel fear, you can still take action. The more small wins you accumulate, the more unstoppable you become. So today, don't focus on making a massive change. Just do one small thing that moves you forward. Speak up once. Step outside your routine once. Prove to yourself that you can, and then do it again tomorrow. Because over time, those small wins will build a confidence so strong that nothing, no fear, no doubt, no failure will ever hold you back again. Number 4, the 90-day confidence challenge, expanding your comfort zone. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But just like muscles weaken when they're not used, confidence also fades when you stay in your comfort zone for too long. The biggest mistake people make when trying to build confidence is waiting for it to happen naturally. They assume that one day they will wake up and suddenly feel ready to take risks, speak up, or chase their dreams. But confidence doesn't work that way. It grows when you intentionally push yourself into new and challenging situations. This is why the 90-day confidence challenge is one of the most powerful ways to transform self-doubt into unshakable confidence. The idea behind the challenge is simple. For the next 90 days, you commit to doing one thing every single day that expands your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be extreme or terrifying. It just has to be something different from your usual routine. The goal is to expose yourself to small levels of discomfort so that over time your brain rewires itself to see challenges as normal rather than something to fear. Every time you do something slightly uncomfortable, you send a message to yourself: I can handle this. I am capable. I am growing. And when you repeat this daily, confidence becomes a natural part of who you are. Why 90 days? Because science shows that habits and mindset shifts take time to form. Studies suggest that it takes around 66 days to build a habit, and giving yourself an additional 24 days ensures that confidence becomes deeply ingrained in your identity. When you commit to taking small, courageous actions every day for 3 months, you will notice a dramatic shift in how you see yourself and what you believe you are capable of achieving. The key to the 90-day confidence challenge is choosing the right challenges. You don't have to do something life-changing every day, but you do need to make sure each challenge pushes you slightly beyond your comfort zone. For some, this might mean speaking up in a meeting or making eye contact with strangers. For others, it could be trying a new workout, starting a conversation with someone unfamiliar, or sharing their thoughts on social media. The challenge should be personalized to your fears and growth areas. The more you challenge yourself in areas that currently make you uncomfortable, the faster your confidence will grow. To make this challenge effective, track your progress. Confidence grows best when you can see the proof of your own development. Keep a small notebook, journal, or even a notes app on your phone where you write down the challenge you completed each day and how it made you feel. Some days you will feel empowered and excited. Other days you may feel nervous or even experience setbacks. That's normal. The key is to keep going and remind yourself that discomfort is a sign of growth. Another crucial part of the challenge is celebrating small wins. Too many people dismiss their progress because they believe it's insignificant, but small wins build momentum. If you spoke up in a meeting today when you normally wouldn't, celebrate that. If you pushed yourself to introduce yourself to someone new, acknowledge that as progress. When you recognize and appreciate your small wins, you reinforce the belief that you are becoming more confident. Throughout the 90 days, you will likely experience moments of fear and self-doubt. That's a good thing. It means you're challenging yourself in ways that truly matter. Confidence is not about eliminating fear. It's about learning to act despite fear. The more you prove to yourself that you can step into discomfort and survive, the more fearless you become. One of the best ways to stay committed to the challenge is to find an accountability partner, someone who is also working on their confidence and can support you through the journey. Share your progress with each other, encourage each other on difficult days, and celebrate each other's growth. If you don't have a partner, consider joining an online community, listening to motivational content, or following confidence-building influencers who inspire you to stay consistent. At the end of the 90 days, you will not be the same person you were when you started. You will have collected 90 pieces of evidence proving that you are stronger, bolder, and more capable than you ever believed. You will have expanded your comfort zone to the point where things that once seemed intimidating will now feel normal. Most importantly, you will have developed the habit of taking action despite fear, which is the ultimate key to lasting confidence. So don't wait for confidence to magically appear. Commit to the 90-day confidence challenge today. Start with something small. Take action every day, track your progress, and celebrate your growth. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize that the version of you who started this challenge is nowhere near as strong as the person you have become. Confidence isn't built in a day, but if you dedicate yourself to it for 90 days, it will change your life forever. Number 5, how to develop social confidence. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with confidence is their fear of speaking up. Whether it's voicing an opinion in a meeting, starting a conversation with a stranger, or even making small talk, many people hold back because they are afraid of judgment, rejection, or saying the wrong thing. But here's the truth. Confident people aren't born with social confidence, they develop it. The ability to speak up, command attention, and communicate effectively is a learned skill. And like any skill, it gets easier with practice. If you want to develop unshakable confidence, you must master the art of speaking up and expressing yourself with certainty. Many people mistakenly believe that social confidence means always knowing the right thing to say. But that's not true. Social confidence is not about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with imperfection. The fear of embarrassment holds so many people back, but confident individuals understand that mistakes in conversation are normal. They don't obsess over every word or worry about sounding flawless. Instead, they focus on engaging, listening, and responding naturally. The more you allow yourself to speak freely without overanalyzing, the more confident you become. A major key to speaking up is body language. Before you even say a word, your posture, facial expressions, and eye contact communicate confidence or a lack of it. If you enter a room with slouched shoulders, crossed arms, and avoiding eye contact, your body is signaling insecurity. But when you stand tall, keep your shoulders back, make eye contact, and use open body language, you instantly appear more confident, even if you don't feel that way inside. This is known as power posing, a concept backed by research showing that adopting strong, expansive postures can actually make you feel more confident. If you want to improve your social confidence, start with how you carry yourself. Another crucial aspect of speaking up is eliminating self-doubt before you even start talking. One reason people hesitate in conversations is because they second-guess themselves, thinking, what if I sound stupid? Or what if they judge me? But confident people don't waste time predicting negative outcomes. Instead of focusing on potential failure, they shift their mindset to curiosity and connection. Instead of thinking, what if I mess up? Ask yourself, how can I make this conversation interesting? When you approach speaking as an opportunity to connect rather than a performance to perfect, you take the pressure off yourself. A simple way to start building social confidence is to practice small interactions every day. Confidence grows through exposure, so the more you engage in conversations, no matter how small, the more natural it becomes. Challenge yourself to make small talk with a cashier, compliment a stranger, or ask a coworker how their day is going. These small, low-pressure interactions train your brain to see speaking up as normal rather than intimidating. Over time, you'll realize that people are far less critical than you imagine, and your confidence will grow. If your fear of speaking up stems from public speaking, you're not alone. Studies show that public speaking is one of the most common fears worldwide. But the secret to overcoming this fear is preparation and practice. Even the most skilled speakers in the world didn't start that way. They improved through repetition. One of the best ways to practice is by speaking in front of a mirror or recording yourself. This helps you become aware of your tone, pace, and body language. Another powerful technique is speaking in low-stakes environments before moving to bigger audiences. Start by sharing ideas in small groups, then gradually challenge yourself to speak in larger settings. The key is exposure. The more you do it, the less intimidating it becomes. One of the most effective techniques to command attention when you speak is using pauses. Many people rush through their words because they fear silence. But confident speakers pause intentionally to emphasize key points. This not only makes you sound more authoritative, but also gives you time to gather your thoughts. Another technique is lowering your tone at the end of sentences instead of raising it. Many people unconsciously turn statements into questions by ending on a higher pitch, which makes them sound uncertain. Speaking in a controlled, steady tone projects confidence and makes people listen. Handling criticism or disagreement is another key part of speaking with confidence. Many people stay silent because they fear being challenged or corrected. But confident communicators welcome discussion because they understand that disagreement doesn't mean failure. If someone disagrees with you, instead of shrinking back, stay calm.